everyone and welcome back to my channel, or welcome if you're new. My name is Katarina. I film videos about project planning and cruelty-free and vegan beauty. Today we are going to be talking about the brands I would buy from if I could only buy makeup from 5 brands. So I think it's going to be a fun video. But before getting into the actual video, I just really want to thank you all who watched my last video and liked and commented. It really was a difficult video for me to film. If you want to, you can go check out the video. It is up. Before I uploaded the video, I thought I'm only going to keep it up for a couple of days. But the positive reaction that I got to the video and all of the love and support from you really made me realize that nothing that I said in the video is something that I should really be ashamed of, and there is no need for me to private the video or take it down, because in the end of the day all of us have gone through some struggles in our lives. Some of the struggles I have gone through have been quite hard ones. But you know, I have overcome those struggles, but I just really wanted to thank you all for watching it and for your love and support. It really means so much to me and I do really appreciate all of you. So yes, let's move on to today's video. The last video that I filmed, it was a really hard one. It was a heavier topic, and because of that I felt today I wanted to do something more fun and light-hearted. So this is going to be the if I could only purchase makeup from 5 brands. Originally this kind of video was created by beautbean, but the one I saw to do this first was Steph from itsjustSteph, so I will link both of their channels down below. I think what makes this kind of video fun and interesting is that you really need to think about what is practical for you. So I don't know if all of these brands are like my favorite brands, not necessarily. I think some of these totally are, but then some are more like practical brands, so something that is easy for me to buy from, right price point and so on. But then some of these are kind of like my favorite brands, but at the same time there are some favorite brands that I had to leave out. For example, the Balm, I'm going to give them an honorable mention. I really love their Mary Luminizer and I think they have some great other products too, but in the end of the day they don't have a really good selection of products, so I don't know if it would be a brand that would make sense for me to pick, so that's why it is not included. And I do have another brand for more variety what comes to highlighters. Yeah, let's just get into my brands. Okay, so the first brand we are going to be talking about is e.l.f. Now, e.l.f. is a great example of something that it's not necessarily quite a favorite brand for me. I do really like them, don't get me wrong, but most of their products are nothing that outstanding to me. But the reason I would pick e.l.f. is that first of all it is affordable, so it would not break my bank. Another thing is that they are an all-vegan brand. I only buy vegan products, so I think in this kind of scenario it would make my life easier to choose all vegan brands to my list. From these brands that I have picked, 2 are all vegan and then 3 are cruelty-free brands with vegan options. But e.l.f. is an affordable all-vegan brand, so whatever the brand has available I could buy. So that would make it really easy for me. And they are just overall a practical pick because they have every single makeup product that I would ever need, from complexion products to eyeshadows to lip products. I still wanted to mention some of my favorite products from these brands that I have picked, so let me quickly mention some favorite products from e.l.f. So first, a new find, their hydrating camo concealer. I bought the 16-hour camo concealer and this one. The 16-hour one, I will say I don't really like that. It is so matte and it makes my under eye look dry, but this one is actually really nice. It's really decent coverage, but it is really hydrating. So I actually really do like this concealer. Then a product from them that I have been loving for years is their Baked Blush in the shade Rich Rose. From all of my blushes, this one is my favorite. This is such a gorgeous neutral glowy blush over tear that goes with all of the makeup looks. Then one more staple product from e.l.f. is their glitter eyeshadow primer. It is totally a lifesaver when you are using more glittery eyeshadows, and it has totally changed my game. Since buying this primer, I have not had to use setting spray to wet my brush because I can get the same effect with using this one. And it's not as messy and it doesn't make my eyeshadows hard pan. So yeah, I really do love this product and it has become a staple in my collection. Then one thing I will say about e.l.f. is that they do have a really nice selection of eyeshadows. I have one eyeshadow palette from them right now. So this is their Opposites Attract eyeshadow palette. I have had this one for a couple of months and I will be completely honest, I have not tried this on yet. I'm planning on filming a Get Ready With Me in a week or so. So let me know if you actually would like me to use this palette in the Get Ready With Me and give my first impressions. I will say I do have really high expectations for this palette because so many people are raving about e.l.f.'s new eyeshadow formula. Previously I have liked it, but it has not been my favorite. But the point is that e.l.f. has a very great selection of different eyeshadows. There's colorful ones, there's neutral ones. So yeah, e.l.f. would definitely be one brand that I would pick. They are affordable, they are rather easy for me to get. It's not like I can buy it from stores, but there are online stores that I can get it from pretty easily, like Luxe Plus and Feel Unique. Basically, they have all product categories so that I could do a whole face with e.l.f. if I really wanted to. So I think it is a really practical brand to go with. Next, let's talk about another really practical brand for me to pick. Again, I don't know if this is a favorite brand of mine. Some products that they make are truly my favorites, but overall, it's not a brand that I get that excited about. I never check their new releases, but yeah, I do think they make a great selection of products, so it would be a practical brand. This brand is also something that I can actually buy from a store, so that is a huge bonus that I wouldn't need to order online. So the brand we are talking about is NYX. Now, first thing I want to say, what NYX has is a great selection of different complexion products. I really do love their Angel Veil primer, even though I don't have it right now. They do have a really nice selection of foundations. I do have their Can't Stop, Won't Stop foundation. I'm actually wearing it today, but I have mixed it with my Catrice HD Radiance foundation, just because the shade is a little bit too dark for me. I will say the foundation is not my favorite. I am going to do a video later this month where I'm reviewing some complexion products I have tried this year, but the foundation is extremely matte and my preference is starting to be more on a semi-matte slash satin side, sometimes even dewy or radiant, but all matte is just not something I prefer anymore. But I really want to try the NYX Born to Glow foundation and also the Born to Glow concealer. I'm sure the Born to Glow foundation would be amazing everyday foundation. I do have one powder from NYX, so this is their HD setting powder. I will say that I used to love this more than I do love it right now, because I realized that this one gives me a flashback if I'm filming with a ring light. But they do have a lot of other powders that I am interested in trying in future. Powder is not something that I go through really quickly, so I don't think I need to try a new powder in a while, but I really want to try their Can't Stop, Won't Stop powder foundation. I do have at the moment the Milani Prep Set Glow Illuminating Setting Powder, and Milani is not a brand that I have picked to my 5 brands that we are going to be talking about today. So I would want to find from these brands an illuminating setting powder, and the NYX Glass Skin powder might be it. I don't know, I have not tried it yet, but it is for sure something that I do want to try in future. Then a holy grail product from NYX that I could not live without is their Micro Brow pencil. I absolutely love this pencil. I know this pencil shares opinions and I'm one of the people who love this. Then there are Team ABH Browies who prefer the more creamy formula of Brow Wiz. But the reason I do love this one is that it's a little bit harder than Brow Wiz, so I don't go through it so quickly, because for me Brow Wiz is actually a little bit too creamy and I tend to over apply it. So I go through it quicker, when this one lasts on me really long time. I basically have almost no brows on my own, so I just draw the shape with this one and then I fill them in with brow powder or with eyeshadow. But yes, this is really amazing. It's really good price and it's something I have been purchasing for years and I absolutely do love it. So yeah, I wouldn't need to worry about having a perfect brow product from another brand. That is one big reason why I decided that NYX is going to be one of these brands, because finding a brow pencil that I like, it's actually quite hard, because this one sets the standard for me. Then one more thing from NYX that I need to mention is their lip products. I do have two in my collection at the moment. So one of these is vegan, one of them are not, but I still wanted to mention both of these. So their matte lipstick formula is unfortunately not vegan, but this is amazing matte lipstick formula that is comfortable even though it is matte. And they do have really nice shade selection. I do have only the shade Alabama left. This one is absolutely stunning, brick red. I love it and I cannot wait to wear this when fall comes around, because this is the perfect fall time red. And then I do have the NYX Simply Vamp Lip Cream in Covet. I actually bought a backup of this because this is now discontinued and I love the color so much. This one is vegan. To be honest, I haven't checked NYX's recent lip product selection, so that is something I need to check, if they have a lot of vegan options or not. So this is the Covet shade. It is a really beautiful metallic, kind of like burgundy brownish shade. Okay, moving on, there is one more affordable brand that I would pick, and this one I can truly say that is one of my favorite makeup brands. So we are talking about BH Cosmetics. What I am going to mention that are my favorites from them are of course eyeshadows. I just have this BH Cosmetics Modern Matte palette right now, but you know, overall I have been really pleased with their eyeshadows. I did pan their original Carli Bybel palette. I have debotted their Carli Bybel Deluxe Edition palette and I'm working on some shades from that one because I want to finish some of those shades. And yeah, this is their Modern Mattes. So yeah, I do really enjoy their eyeshadow formula and people have been saying that it has only gotten better. So I have not tried any of their recent eyeshadow formula yet, but I did get their Love in London palette and Beautiful in Barcelona palette, and also their Glamour Reflection Rosé palette, even though that is maybe a little bit older. And I think with BH Cosmetics and ELF I would be pretty much set with eyeshadows. I would really get every single color on this earth from those brands. Especially BH Cosmetics has a huge selection of different palettes. Now, I also need to mention the BH Cosmetics Truffle Blush palettes, even though I have just ordered my first and so far only one, and I'm not planning on purchasing more very soon. However, if the formula is anything comparable to the BH Cosmetics eyeshadow formula, where it actually is really blendable, I have no reason to doubt that I wouldn't like that formula. And within that truffle blush line, there is probably every single blush color I could ever really need. So I would be pretty well covered with blushes too. And then one more product from BH Cosmetics that I need to mention are their lip liners. So there are only two brands that I do buy lip liners from, and those two brands are BH Cosmetics and Gosh. The reason to that is that this formula is actually water and smudge proof. So when it dries down, first of all, it applies really creamy, so I did draw a line there, but when it dries down, it is completely smudge proof. And at least with Gosh, the thing is that the lip liner formula is really similar to the eyeliner formula. They behave similarly, and I think it's probably going to be the case with BH Cosmetics too. I have not yet tried their eyeliner formula, but it is called a waterproof eyeliner. This is called a waterproof lip liner, so most likely that is smudge proof too. And at the moment I am using as my waterline pencil the Eye Cheat from Charlotte Tilbury. I don't have that on today, I just have the NYX Jumbo Pencil in Milk because I wanted a white waterline today, but most of the days I'm using the Eye Cheat from Charlotte Tilbury. But it is pretty pricey for eyeliner, so I'm almost out of that, and after that I will try the one from BH Cosmetics. So yes, I think this has dried down now, so let me show you how it is smudge proof. I'm really rubbing it. I just try not to touch the lipstick, but as you can see, maybe it fades a little bit, but it doesn't smudge anywhere. The formula is really incredible in BH Cosmetics lip liners. And I bet the eyeliners are the same deal. Okay, so let's move on. The two brands that I have left are more higher end brands. They are not like super high end, but they are for sure more expensive than these brands I have talked about so far. Let's start with an all vegan brand. As I said, I would really love to pick a lot of these brands, but I also need to be sure that the brand is fairly easy for me to get my hands on. So for example, KVD Vegan Beauty, which I do support now that Kat Von D is not a part of the brand anymore. That might very well be a brand that I would select to be one of my 5 brands, unless it wasn't that difficult for me to get my hands on. They are not available in any European online store that I buy from, so I could really only buy from their own website, and then I need to worry about taxes and everything. Also, if I was to travel somewhere where there is Sephora, I could buy from them, but you know, no one is traveling right now, and anyways, I don't travel that much anymore. But yeah, this next brand is all vegan, and it is something that I can buy from European retailers, even though I cannot buy it from stores. So I went with this brand because they do have a couple of products that I am really much into from them, and they do have so great variety of shades within these products. So the next brand we are going to be talking about is Ofra. Now, I wouldn't say that Ofra is my favorite brand. I think overall as brand they are rather boring. And I don't want to be mean, but it's just whenever they release something new, I just don't care. I really don't care. Like, they have now released some new eyeshadow palettes, and to be honest, for me those look pretty ugly. So yes, because they are all vegan, I could buy their eyeshadows, but I have zero interest in buying their eyeshadows. They are pretty expensive. It is a lot of wasted space in the packaging, and overall it's kind of like boring. However, couple of products from Ofra are something that just because of these products I would pick this brand. So first, their highlighters. I do have 3 highlighters from Ofra. They are here in my magnetic palette of face powders. So there are these 3 here. So I do have Star Island, Rodeo Drive and Blissful. Ofra highlighter formula is just incredible. It is so blinding, but it's also really blendable, so it's not at all like flaky and weird. It's just really beautiful on the cheeks. So there are the highlighters. As you can see, really stunning. And most likely, because Ofra's highlighter formula is this incredible, most likely their bronzer and blush formula is really great too. I have not tried any blushes or bronzers from them. I have yet to find my holy grail cruelty-free bronzer, but I think Ofra has some bronzers available, maybe a collab with Samantha March. I'm not sure if they have done a bronzer in collaboration, but if they have, that would be for sure something that I would be interested in trying. Bronzer is just something that I go through quite slowly, and I'm working on my other bronzers too, but I'm really interested in trying a bronzer from Ofra. But let's get back to their highlighters. Their highlighter formula is incredible and they do have a really nice shade selection when it comes to highlighters. So when with the balm I would really only stick to my Mary Luminizer. They do have some other options too, but I'm not necessarily that interested in those other options. But Ofra really has such a great shade selection. But also I need to mention their liquid lipsticks. I do have the Miami Fever one, and this is by the way in the older packaging. I have had this for a couple of years, so it is not the newest anymore, and to be honest I have not worn this in a while. Because I do have another lipstick that is really similar color and I tried to finish last year, wasn't able to do it, so I'm trying to finish it this year. But once that is gone, I'm really starting to be wearing this one more too. But yeah, the Ofra liquid lipstick formula is really comfortable. Nowadays with lipstick I do prefer comfort over how long it wears, especially since no matter how long wearing the lipstick is, once I eat, it's going to look like shit anyways and I need to reapply, so it doesn't matter if it is the most long wearing lipstick. So I would rather take something that feels comfortable but I maybe need to reapply. And anyways, this does dry matte and it's super comfortable, so I have nothing to complain about the formula. And the good thing about Ofra liquid lipstick is that they do have like such a good shade range. Any shade you would need, unless it is like some strange shade, you will find in the Ofra formula. They have nudes, they have reds, they have pinks and vampy colors and everything. They do have even a black one. Okay, then there is one more brand to talk about. This one was an easy pick. I would say that from all high-end brands, this one is my favorite. So I am talking about Urban Decay. And overall, you know, as you saw already in this video, I have picked 3 drugstore brands and 2 higher end brands. And overall I'm someone who doesn't mind using affordable makeup, but I feel some products from Urban Decay are just so exceptionally good. And one thing where Urban Decay absolutely kills it, I know you can guess it, is their setting sprays. I do have their chill setting spray, I do have their all-nighter setting spray. They are just so amazing. There is something so incredible in the formulation. The spray is perfect when it is fine, so that it's not like spritz of water, but it is not so fine that it feels like you spray nothing. That is my problem with Cover FX setting sprays. It feels that you are like spraying nothing to your face because the mist is almost too fine, but this mist is perfect. And the formula is amazing. The chill one is more hydrating, the all-nighter makes your makeup last all day. And I will say I do want to try their new all-nighter glowy setting spray. I'm probably going to try that one once I have finished my Catrice setting spray that is in a project pan. But you know, overall Urban Decay is not necessarily a brand that I get super hyped about their product releases, but all-nighter setting spray I love, and recently I have been more into glowy finish, so that setting spray, when I saw it launched, I knew it's something I need to try. Some other products from Urban Decay that I really enjoy, their Optical Illusion Primer. Now they also have released all-nighter glowy primer that is supposed to be glowy and hydrating. I'm curious about that. That could be an option for a more hydrating primer. But yeah, this Optical Illusion one is like pore filling and really smoothing. Then a product from Urban Decay that really surprised me positively was their Stay Naked Correcting Concealer. I expected this concealer to be similar than their old Naked Skin Concealer that I think is now discontinued. I used to like that concealer, but that one wasn't the best coverage. It looked really natural, but the coverage was just not what I want from my concealer. However, this one is really good coverage. It's not necessarily the fullest of full, but it is pretty close being full coverage. But the amazing thing in this one is that it is really skin-like. It doesn't look dry and cakey at all. It is really incredible. I love it. And I for sure want to try the foundation from this line too. their eyeshadow primer potion. I do have a sample from the original. I will say this is not vegan, but the anti-aging one is, so I would of course go with that one for my eyeshadow primer. And then the last product I need to rave about from Urban Decay are their glitter eyeliners. These are so amazing. Yes, they are maybe a little bit pricey. They are about 20 euros. So yes, they are maybe a little bit pricey for something that you wear rather occasionally. But they are so good. I do have the Glamrock one that is a silver, and then Midnight Cowboy that is a gold. And they really can make your eye look so glam. My favorite way to wear something like this is on a cut crease. It just looks so amazing. And yeah, they can make your basic look really glam really quickly. So I do really love this. So yeah, Urban Decay I would pick because of the setting sprays, because of the eyeshadow primer. Overall they do have a great selection, especially their complexion products are really good. And Urban Decay is a brand that I can actually buy from stores, so that is a bonus. Although I will say that the pricing here in Finland is quite up there. So I actually most often purchase my Urban Decay products from Feel Unique, especially since in Feel Unique you can pick a brand of your life. And I have picked Urban Decay to be my brand of my life, so I actually get always 10% off from Urban Decay products, so of course it only makes sense for me to buy my products from there. But it is a bonus that it is a brand that I can buy from stores here in Finland. Those are the brands that I would pick. Let me know down in the comments what 5 brands you would go with and why. And if you have filmed a video like this, let me know so I will come and check your video out. Thank you so much for watching this video and see you in my next one. Bye bye!